do you think that the government, the federal government, should have as its function, a proper function of the federal government, to protect and liberate foreigners?
Well, you're asking my opinion. Of course,
Absolutely.
I'm a reporter and not a commentator.
No, we understand.
And I don't think I'll venture my personal opinions on what the federal government should do. I can tell you what the candidates think they should do. And of course, this group in here, the Republicans, think that it absolutely is a role of the federal government.
Well, we're interested in your view too.
Yeah, but only my wife knows my views on politics.
Okay. What about, do you think that they have a principle that permits them to determine when we should invade another country and when we shouldn't?
You know, that's an interesting question, because it's been probably one of the key political debates in the United States for the last 10 years, ever since the decision to invade Iraq, is whether there's a common principle. And no, there is no steadfast principle. It shifts with our politics. You know, right after 9/11, the principle was it was necessary to topple Saddam Hussein to protect Americans. Later found not, a lot of dispute whether that was necessary, and therefore I don't think that's a standing principle right now. But Barack Obama talked about it. He always reserved the right to go into foreign countries, including Pakistan, rather, if necessary, to protect American lives. So I guess there is a common principle, which is in American politics, it is in the country's interest to protect American lives. How they do that is the subject of debate.
Do you think do you have a principle that would permit us to determine when we should invade another country and when we should not?
I don't have that principle. I mean, I won't share my opinions on that because it's a politically debated point. As a reporter, I don't take a side in a political debate.
It's not possible to know what you think about the subject? I mean, you're a citizen, we're all citizens.
I am a citizen, but as a journalist, my opinions as a citizen are kept private.
So you think that the people don't know your opinions by the questions that you ask and by the things that you report on, and you think they're not inferred or implied?
They're certainly not implied. Whether they're inferred is, of course, up to the audience. And based on the emails I get on any given day, yeah, a lot of readers think they know what my opinions are, but it's always based on that day's story, not on the body of work.
What do they think?
Well, for instance, if I write a story that you could see an analysis that President Obama is having a problem with something, people will assume I'm anti-Obama. And I'll get emails from the left, for example, saying, you're a hack and you're against Obama. And the next day I'll write an analysis saying the Republican candidate's position on some foreign policy is going to be a problem for him. I'll get the exact opposite side. Will say, well, you're obviously, against the Republicans and against the right. But I defy anyone who reads more than 3 of my articles to see any trend.
I've interviewed a lot of journalists, and they have shared their opinion with me. I'd like to talk to you about something that you feel comfortable sharing your opinion. So let's maybe not talk about foreign policy, or can we talk about domestic policy, or that would also be off limits?
Well, yeah, I won't give you my opinions.
Okay, let's talk about principles, moral principles and values. That's not a political topic?
If it is a political topic, that's when I won't weigh in, because
Right.
that's just not my job as I understand it as a journalist.
Can you share with us your views on moral principles and values?
Well, name a principle. I mean, if the principle is protecting American lives, I'm in favor of that. If it's that you have to invade certain countries with a doctrine of preemption before a threat is in, then that's a debatable point. I won't stake out my personal opinion on that.
Yeah. As far as foreign policy, you've said that you don't want to share your opinions with us, right?
Right.
Okay. I mean, I respect. If I know many journalists do, but if you have decided not to, I'm kind of curious. Why? Why is it that you don't want to share your opinion and others do?
Well, I grew up in American journalism with the notion that our goal is to be a fair and impartial referee, and to do that, if I start taking sides, it's like being a referee in the football game across the street this afternoon saying, I'm for the local college. No one would see me as fair.
I see. So you think that having a position disqualifies you as being objective?
No, I think expressing my opinion. I have opinion.
You do have the opinion, but you keep it quiet.
Right, and I try not
But
to let
so-
them put them in my stories, in my
So,
writing.
so having an opinion does not disqualify you as being non-objective. You can still be objective and still have an opinion, right?
Sure.
So what's the difference between having it and not sharing it, and just having it and sharing it? Why is in both cases you can be objective, right?
I think I can. Yeah, certainly I can be objective in my writing. Yeah.
So then, what's the problem with sharing your view? In fact, I don't see the problem. If some people think that having an opinion disqualifies them and makes them non-objective, right?
No, well, some people may say that. My position is, if you let your opinion into your writing, as I'm a newspaper writer, if it shows in my writing, then I'm not being objective. I'm not being fair.
But you can have an opinion and still be objective, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, what is it to be objective? Let's